Hello gang, I am in the mood to do some repotting today. Not a lot, just a little. And I'm wanting to repot my, well, all of my Elaphoglosum Metalicums. I don't know if you would have seen, I don't know what order these videos are going up in. I think if you've watched my updates video, you'll have seen the one that has some new growth. And I want to repot them to try and figure out why the new growth is growing all the way down here. And I also want to combine them. So I want to put all three of them together. So that's what we're going to do today. I've been meaning to do this for a little while, so I'm glad to finally be doing it. I'm not completely sure if I want to go no drainage or drainage. So I have both options here. I don't know. They're all currently in these little 9cm drainage pots. I feel like I'm still trying to figure out what these plants need to thrive. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not actually feeling that great today. I don't really know how I feel. I've got like a bit of a headache. I feel a bit flat, like low energy, and I can't figure out if it's like just a low mood kind of day or if it's a I'm coming down with something, not feeling great kind of day. Really not sure, but I hope I'm not coming down with something because I'm on leave this week from work, and at the weekend me and Steve are going away. I really don't want to be unwell for that. Last time we went away we were both a bit unwell, and I just, you know, like that always seems to happen, doesn't it, when you're an adult? Like you book leave, you manage to get through work feeling fine-ish, and then as soon as you get to like your time when you're on leave, you like crash. Or at least that's what seems to happen to me as an adult, but I know I'm prone to burnout, so. Anyway, where do I even start? I've got, for the substrate that I'm going to put them into, I am going to use a little bit of the substrate that they're already in because it's not that old. I imported these, when did I get them? Late July, beginning of August this year. It's October now, so the substrate they're in is not old at all by any means, so I will just be kind of reusing some of that. But I've got some of the Soil Ninja, it's their just houseplant potting soil, so it's their real like basic kind of like base soil, so you can use it as is, but you can then add substrate as well. So what it says on the pack is, this nutritious blend acts as a general mix for the vast majority of houseplants with the ability to be specialised based on the plant's needs. This blend will serve all houseplants a full palette of nutrients along with plenty of aggregate formed air chambers to allow roots to breathe while growing. And then they've got some suggestions for components. It says add components to this bag and go from a simple mix to dirty tricks. And it talks about adding sand, which allows soil to dry quicker and improves drainage. Bark is chunkier and it's more of an organic mixture. Vermiculite creates a water retentive mixture, and zeolite acts as a nutrient storage site in the soil. And in this blend already is cocoa, perlite and worm castings. So that is what this blend is made up of. So Soil Ninja did send me this one, not to like make this video or anything. I'm an affiliate with them, so I talk about them a lot. I'm sure if you watch my videos you will have heard me talk about them already. There is a discount code in the description. So that's going to be the base. I am going to add some, I've got some vermiculite here, and I'm also going to add some bark. And if I go with the no drainage vessel, I'm going to do a leca layer. So to begin with, I am going to unpot them and just see what's going on. I am so curious about that one with the new growth. I'm just so intrigued. I'm just going to unpot into here, which you can't really see. If I shuffle backwards, you might be able to see better. Okay, I think you can see now. So this is not one with new growth as far as I'm aware. Like, I've heard that the roots on these are black, like even when they're healthy. So like, I have no idea how to tell if there's been root growth. I just don't know. This is a plant I feel so unfamiliar with. Like, I really just don't know if it's happy, if it's healthy. I don't know how it should be growing. like, I think it grows from a rhizome. Like, there are black roots. I can't tell if they're alive or dead. Like, I don't know. Are they alive? Are they dead? I don't know. And I don't know anybody with this plant to be able to ask. Well, I suppose, like, I know Charmaine from Unplant Parenthood had one, and hers died back just to like the rhizome, I think. I don't know how hers is getting on, and I think Alice did get one as well from You Don't Even Grow Here. I don't know how hers is doing. There's some like green bits on here, so like I'm hopeful. I think he's still alive. It's hard to tell, but okay, that's the first one unpotted. I don't know. Is it alive? Is it dead? I've got no idea. This is probably the healthiest one. Like, well, no, they're all kind of the same. I suppose the one that's growing is actually the one that's lost the most leaves, which is interesting. So this next one, so yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I'm in a chatty mood, but I'm also not in a chatty mood. I guess, I know I don't need to explain myself to you all. Like, I know you just take me as I come, and I appreciate that so much, but I'm struggling at the moment, if I'm completely honest. Like, I've been really burnt out in work for ages and ages. Like, I mean, burnout doesn't just go away. And it's been a really, really long time. And I think in particular this year has been particularly hard because I've gone full time. Obviously we are in October now, so I've been full time for 10 months. But last year, for 2 years, I was part-time, and I just did 3 days a week in my day job. I'm a mental health nurse, if you don't know. And I was part-time then because that's when we had the shop. And then when the shop closed, both me and Steve, my husband, went full-time in our day jobs. And it's been really hard, and like, we're coming up to a year now since I had my ADHD diagnosis. I'm still waiting for my assessment for autism, but I fully identify as somebody who is autistic and ADHD. Some people call that ADHD, but that just doesn't make sense in my head, because ADHD would mean autistic deficit hyperactivity disorder, which isn't a thing. And the name for ADHD is ridiculous, but that's a whole other topic. But yeah, I identify as somebody I'm an autistic ADHDer. That is me. I am neurodivergent, and I am trying really hard, or like I have been trying really hard over this last year, to just learn who I am, accept what I struggle with, and learn to work with my brain and not against it. And that's been really blinking hard. Like, I've got 30 years of trying to be neurotypical behind me that keeps pushing me into like, no, I have to act like this. I have to do this. I have to be able to perform to the same like ability that my co-workers do. Like, all of these things I have to and should be able to do, and the realization that I can't, and that I'm never going to be able to, keeps smacking me in the face. And it's really, really hard. It's really hard to do the job that I'm doing, do it well, and care as much as I do, and to keep going. And yeah, I've just been so burnt out. I've been so burnt out. And I keep going, and I keep going, and I keep going until I can't go anymore. And that kind of happened this time round. But instead of having some time off sick, I had some like reset time, which I didn't actually know was a thing, but my work is amazing and like I love my boss. And basically this reset time allowed me, I don't know what this is, like I don't know what I'm dealing with, like what is this weird mass? Like I don't think I did that. Yeah, basically a reset week meant that I could work from home, catch up on all of like the admin, the behind the scenes stuff that comes with the job, and I was like not contactable from anybody in work. So if anything came in about like the people that I work with, somebody else had to pick it up. I was essentially not in work, I was just at home doing my admin and catching up. And that really did help, like that really helped. But that conversation came around because I'd said to my boss, like, I think I need some time off sick, and while I'm off sick, I'm going to try and catch up with my admin, which is obviously not being off sick. And obviously then I didn't go off sick, I caught up with my admin, I got back into work, and it's been fine, but I still needed to be off sick at that time, if that makes sense, like, and I haven't been off sick, and I'm struggling with the keeping going. And I've said this to my boss, like I've said, I'm out in work, they know I've got ADHD, my boss is really, really amazing. I've said to her, like, I don't think it's fair that someone who is neurodivergent has to follow the same sick policy as someone who's neurotypical, because we as neurodivergent people are more likely to be stressed, overwhelmed and burnt out and off sick more. That is the sad fact. If our work cannot be tailored to suit us and our brains, we will burn out, we will be off sick. And I'm trying to figure out how my work can support me, and so is my boss, so that this doesn't have to happen. I don't have to get stuck in this cycle, because it is a cycle and I am stuck in it. And my boss is like, I totally agree with you. Like, you know, she can't change policy, sadly. That's a much bigger job. But I've said to her, like, I don't want to have to use my annual leave just to recover from burnout. And it's not even recovering from burnout, because you don't just recover from burnout over the course of a week. It doesn't happen. And today is Thursday, so I'm very nearly at the end of my week off. And I'm feeling worse, to be quite honest, because often on your week off you end up, or at least I end up, trying to see people that I haven't seen in a while, see friends, see family, and that's not recovering from burnout. That is adding to the load for me. And this video is not what I thought it was going to be. I wasn't expecting to be like, I don't know, am I moaning? Am I complaining? Like, I don't know. I just... Ooh, starting to get hot. Don't really know why I still have my jacket on. Yeah, sorry. I guess I just need to talk about what's going on in my head. Like, I am definitely more of an introvert, and my job is incredibly social. Like, I spend a lot of time talking to people, you know, my colleagues, the people on my caseload. I spend a lot of time talking to people, a lot of time. And for an introvert, that's really, really hard. So seeing friends and family outside of work when actually I just want to not talk to people isn't recovering from burnout. Even though lots of people are like, oh yeah, you know, I get to see my friends, get to recharge, you know, that's lovely. It's not for me. I just need to not do anything. So I'm not feeling particularly any better than I was. So yeah, I'm not in a great place. I'm going to concentrate for a little minute while I try and see what's going on with this plant. This is the one that's growing. I really don't understand how these roots can be healthy. They are so so black and they feel so dry. I don't know. So yeah, I guess I started saying that. I think I started saying that I wasn't feeling great just as like a preemptive apology for the low energy that's in this video. I just started like talking at you, like these are the kind of videos that I start filming now. I'm like, probably not going to post that. Like I really love my job. I really love my job, and I think that's the problem. If I didn't love my job, I'd stop doing it. I would change. I'd do something else. Something that's like less taxing on my like mental and emotional health. But I love my job and I can't imagine doing anything different. Surely these roots are not alive. They're gross. You see, like it's so wiry and dry, like I can't, like, you know, sometimes you can like scratch the surface of the scratch the surface of the root off and then you can see underneath that it's definitely alive. Like I can't even scratch this. I don't understand. But this one is the one that's growing, so, and I feel like it's growing from a few different places. So there's this little cluster here, and then there's this new one here, and then round here there's also some new green bits. But like, what is this mass of grossness? Like, I thought that maybe I'd potted the rhizome too low down, but I'm realizing that I didn't pot it too low down. It came in the substrate that it was in low down. Like, I don't really know. I don't really know what to do. Oh, it's so gross. Like, you look like you're alive and possibly sprouting. So do all of you. But then I kind of want to cut all of this off, but like, is it alive? Just don't know. This is so weird. I don't know what to do with this. Like, there's roots going everywhere. New rhizomes growing all over the shop. Like, I don't know how low they should be in the substrate. Like, what are you? Like, you guys are new. This is such a weird plant. It's so weird. It's probably one of my weirdest plants. I'm actually going to chop these two off just because they just seem a little bit unusual, and I might try and chop them off completely actually, like chop off their rhizome bits as well, and just like try and see what we're working with there, if that makes sense. Oh, okay. Okay, so that one's attached to that rhizome. Okay, I'm feeling a bit better about this now. Look at this tiny little cluster of new leaves. How cute is that? So we've got the rhizome in there. That's a cute little one. It's a shame that this leaf didn't come with it, but that's okay. I can take that one off because it's not actually attached to that anymore. So we've got this one with this rhizome. They're so weird, these plants, so weird. Right, is there, like, is this rhizome alive? Like, that bit is, but there's a bit down here that looks like it's definitely not. maybe I'll like cut the leaves off and then pot this one up like separately and just see what happens. Like I literally, I don't know what to expect, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep this bit separate because I think there's a rhizome in there that I could work with. Okay, let's see if we can bring the mood up a little bit. So this weekend, me and Steve are going on a little weekend away to celebrate our 2-year anniversary from getting married. We're going to a little lodge with a hot tub. It's got some gorgeous views. We're gonna go on some gorgeous walks. I'm excited, and we're gonna, Steve said that I could film some little bits so that I could do like a bit of a vlog for you, which is exciting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. It'll be really nice to just have some like quality time with him. Because like what I was saying about being social, that does extend to like Steve. Like I find it really hard to like come home and be chatty with him after a day of work as well. So like when I'm struggling in work, I'm kind of just struggling everywhere, to be completely honest. Okay, don't want to chop off any of these leaves. Oh, a little bit crusty dusty looking. I think I am going to go no drainage. Ugh. So put some liquor at the bottom of here. And then what I'm gonna do is, like, this substrate does look pretty good. I might not have to add more bark to it, but I'm just gonna add a little bit of the all-purpose Soil Ninja mix, just because I reckon those worm castings will be very helpful in giving this plant the boost that it needs. Oh, that's quite a nice fluffy mix. That's really nice. I'm going to add a little bit of the vermiculite, just a tiny little bit. Like I don't know the care completely for this plant. It doesn't seem to be a fern that absolutely needs to be kind of like damp all the time, but I'm also not going to let it dry out completely. So I'm just trying to find a bit of the balance with like airy, breathable substrate that holds a bit of moisture. This is what I'm going with. It's kind of the blend that we've got today. I feel like it looks quite nice. I'll put that in there for the base. And then I'm just gonna see, so they've all got like different amounts of substrate left on them. Like I don't know how low they should go down. So this one with like the new growth, I would like to try and pot it nearer the surface to the edge so that I can kind of like keep an eye on it growing out. And I've got this little one that could just slip there. Okay. Try not to make a mess, although did get a new vacuum in the Prime Day sales. Ooh. Making a mess. Right. Okay. Let's pull you back up because I'm burying the new growth. Oh dear. Right, I feel like this is already looking better. I'm really glad I've put them all together. I think that's going to be much, much nicer than having them all separate, how they were. got the one with the new growth in, how I want it to kind of sit. And then I was going to put you in here next to it. I feel like it's going to look a little bit weird initially because I'm trying to leave gaps where I can see the new growth is going to grow in. But hopefully it will eventually look really, really beautiful. Right, let's get you stood up here, and then, oh, you stood up there. Oh yeah. I want you to sit a little bit like this. Yeah. Ooh. Sorry, now that I'm not chatting about how much I'm struggling, I've stopped talking. I'm concentrating. Ooh. Right, if anyone does have this plant, please can you let me know what colour the roots actually are? Like, I'm so confused. They're either all dead or they are actually just black roots. I think that's done. Oh, finally. It feels so good to finally have that done. I've made such a mess. So this is what the substrate is looking like. I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. This is how the leaves look, which is a bit chaotic to say the least. And then this is a new leaf here popping out, and then these little green bits here are going to be new leaves too, hopefully. I am happy with how it's looking, I say, poking it. Hopefully it doesn't freak out with its repot and it just continues to grow and root. Okay, that's it for this video. I'm sorry it was not the most upbeat. I'm just being real, like this is kind of where I'm at right now. I'm still enjoying taking care of my plants. My plants are still doing okay. Hanging out with my plants is kind of, apart from when I'm filming, I guess, it's like the only time my brain can be quiet and function and like focus on just the thing that I'm doing, which is really nice. I've actually started a new ADHD med today, so hopefully that helps because the last 3 haven't. If you want an update on my ADHD medication titration, let me know. I imagine actually the headache's probably a bit to do with that. But yeah, not amazing. Doing okay, will be okay. Just letting you know that I'm a bit meh. And that always means that I'm even slower to reply to comments. So thank you for the comments that you have made on the last couple of videos. I do really appreciate it. I do read them all. I just haven't got the like bandwidth to reply to them all right now, but I will reply. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already. We are usually upbeat here, but we also keep it very real that life is life in and it's hard work. But yeah, subscribe if you're not already. Thank you for watching. Bye. Just realised that I didn't do the little separate bit that I separated with you. I've just potted it into this pot with the same substrate mix that I potted my kind of big plant in, and I've watered them both with Great White Myco. But yeah, I'll keep you updated.